What's up guys, thanks for coming back to the channel, thanks for coming back to another video. Hope you're all doing well out there in yet another lockdown if you're in the UK, and hope you're doing well if you're not affected by that, and well done you. So today what we're doing is we're just going to be servicing this, what I've got behind me, E92 coupe. It's a 325 diesel. It's my future brother-in-law's and he's been my friend before that anyway, so, so we're going to do him a solid and service it. So he's got air filter, oil filter and the oil to do, and I'm going to check his all his tyre pressures with the compressor as well, because I think they're a bit low. So he's had this car about 4 years and it's always done him well, and yeah, I just said let's service it, let's get it done. It's not going to be moving anywhere much, but let's get it done anyway. So I've got some cool new things on the. I'm filming with the GoPro here. We've got a nice little external mic, a Rode external mic, one of them dead cat fluffy things on. So hopefully the audio quality should be a lot better. And I can also use it on the DSLR as well if I set up any stationary shots. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And look what I've got for you as well. Well, for me, but you know, you guys can experience it as well. Oh yeah, we have got power tools. Got a little 3/8 DeWalt impact gun. And a Mac Tools, which is basically a DeWalt ratchet. So these take the 10.8 batteries. And I just bought these off eBay, Amazon, same thing. They're just basically the cheaper batteries. But I mean, for what I'm doing, they should be fine. But I'm really excited to have these, to be honest, because well, there's a lot of like engine tray components and little bolts and stuff, and I've wanted impact guns for ages and all that sort of stuff. And I just thought, I was speaking to Rich, my mate down at AutoWorks, a good mate of mine, works on a lot of cars of mine as well. And he was like, oh, I've got like 10 impact guns or something, a bit of a hoarder with tools. I said, oh, you don't fancy getting rid of any of the old ones? Yeah, alright, yeah. So I got a very good deal on those, and picked up a charger and, like I say, some cheaper batteries. They'll be fine for me. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Going to use those, so we'll see how that goes. Can't wait to break the heads off some bolts and nuts and stuff. But yeah, so we're going to give that a go. So first things first, I've cleared out the tray cart trolley thing, but it's a bit dirty, so I'm just going to blow that off. I'm actually going to use this. It was just basically storage in the corner of the garage, which was really annoying, to be honest. But I'm going to use it for what it's for, putting some tools on here, so nice and easy to access while I'm working on the car. So we're going to blow this off with a compressor. I'll check his tyre pressures while the compressor's pressurised, and then we'll get onto the service stuff. So, right, let's crack on with that. Interesting. It's a bit battered. Woo-wee. Dirty. So, right, what we're going to do on the E90 platform is I'm going to do the air filter first. It's a bit of a ball ache. Take all these engine covers off. So there's this one, there's some further back under there. But first, what you want to do is take this cowl off, because it gets in the way. Basically, you've got to get under there and take the cabin air filter off. So let's take this off real quick. just them, and then we've got some bolts here, here, and here, just on the cowl, so there and there. One's missing on that one, and then there and there. It's better if you take the cabin air filter off first, and then you can see what you're looking at on the cowl. And then you've got one here, and one on the other side. And I think the cowl just lifts off, so let's get that done. Alright, so now that cowl can start coming off. You're just going to be careful of this bit here. This bit, so it just clips in, pull it out like that, and then take the cowl off. Tell you what, I'm loving using this thing. I've got some adapters to step it down or step it up to 1/4 or 1/2 inch drive as well. And it's so good, it just buzzes everything out. Why have I been doing manual labour all this time? But yeah, so we're just going to take the engine cover off now, so I will get to that. So I'll take this front one off, just some Allen heads, and then we'll keep moving backwards. Alright, engine cover's off, the air filter is under here. First we're going to take this off, so there's just a little Phillips screw there. I can't remember if that's meant to be a Phillips or not, but anyway, I'll use a hand tool on that for a bit of novelty, just to make sure I don't shear that. So yeah, take that Phillips off, and then it just unclips out of here. There's just a little tab in here that you can probably see. Probably get someone to push it in and then pull it out, but it's easier once this whole part can move. Yeah, I'm connected anyway, that's good. Well, we'll sort that out when we'll put it back on. So yeah, take this off, and then we can get to getting onto the actual air filter housing. I did almost forget actually, there's a bolt here and here. These look really corroded, so that's going to be fun, and they are star bits on mine. Well, say on mine, on this one. So that's going to be fun, so we'll take them off as well. Nice and crusty. This is why something this rusty and this fragile, I'll do by hand yet until I get a bit more confident with the power tools. Don't want these shearing off, because then a 2-minute job of taking a nut out, not even that, 30-second becomes a few hours. This just comes back and out. Normally it'd be connected to this, but in my case obviously it isn't. There we go. Mine was really stiff on my old 330 as well. So just keep wiggling it, there we go, pops out. And that is meant to be like that, connected. There we go. Meant to be all connected. But yeah, now you'll be able to, if you look inside, you'll be able to see the air filter. So yeah, you'll be able to see in there the actual air filter. For some reason, there's like a little inspection hatch, so you can take this off, and this thing kind of slides out, but then it's got like a mating surface here and underneath. It's real awkward. And it doesn't actually let you fully take it out, so I don't really know what the benefit of that is. But anyway, usually as well on mine there was a back engine cover, like that goes down here, which was really annoying that I had to take out as well. I actually had to take this off, loosen the strut brace bolt on top, and remove this strut brace bolt fully, swivel that out of the way, and then I could get that engine cover off. But this doesn't have it, which actually works out okay for me, so I'm not going to complain. So to take this housing off, there's some bolts down here, some bolts here, and a bolt under here, bolt there. I don't think there's any underneath. I think that's basically it, so we're going to get to taking those off. What are they? Reverse torques, or whatever they're called. Stars. Cool. Let's get that, get the gun, maybe even bring the ratchet out for those ones at the back. Let's have fun. Now these are captive, so they're not going anywhere, so don't worry too much about that. Just pull them out, and we'll be good to go. So, got this one here, let's just keep moving along. I must be missing one somewhere. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you do have to take this side bit off because there's one in there. Completely forgot about that. ball ache. So in here there is, so you've got to take these bits off as well. Nightmare. I knew there was a reason I did it last time. Oh, we'll just have to do our best getting there, and then I'll figure that out when it's off. It's annoying. Alright, I'd stick a skinnier bolt in there, a skinnier socket in there. For now, this comes over and out. God, I've forgotten how to do this. Maybe you do need to take the strut brace off. Right, let's get in there, let's take that off. Yeah, there we go. Just gave us enough to get it out of the back there. Cool. Alright, there's the air filter. And then that literally just comes out like so. Boo boo boo. It slots on. So, let's get rid of that. Okay, so you can see what's happening here with this one that wasn't coming out. So, it's it's a captive nut. Or captive, like the actual thread's captive. And it's just spinning. Don't know if you can see that very well. So yeah, that's annoying, but whatever. So we've got a new filter here, a man filter, so that's just where it slips over this side. And on the other side you'll see there's like a half moon shape in there. It's basically that rests on it. I'm just going to quickly blow this out because there's a bit of dirt in there. Okay, so you want the half moon thing at the bottom. Flip past the bit where it attaches onto the intake and just push it from this side so it sits firmly on, and then you can feel down the back, you can feel it when it's resting in there. I don't know if I'll be able to get an angle on there, but you can feel the rubber thing is resting in that half moon recess. So yeah, so reverse order operations. Right, so now that's all back together. Strut braces back on. The actual recess for the air filter is all secured. Engine cover's back on. So we've just got this intake to put back on, and the cowl. So I'll put this intake back on first, gets out of the way, and then we'll just put the cowl back on. So it's a bit tricky. It's just a bit awkward. You just got to make sure you're going to line up right, but then your holes will line up. But the good thing is it's not all clips. There is actual holes, so you know you're in the right place when you're there. When you see a hole, hey up. So yeah, let's carry on with that, get it cracked out. Cabin filter housing. So your cabin filter is actually part of this. If you click top right now, there's a more in-depth sort of service video that I did on my E90 330D, but it's pretty much the same engine. So yeah, you'll be able to see a bit more about replacing that. So click top right if you want to see that. Otherwise, I'm just going to bolt this back up and we're good to go. Alright, so my front bumper used to hang down on my E90 really low, so I don't know if I can get this jack under the central jacking point, but I'm going to try it. Let's have a go. Just hits there. Alright, scratch that. We'll jack it up at the side instead. Then we'll do a pro gamer move and put something under the wheels and drop it back down to raise it up. One random piece of wood found. It's just enough to allow you to clear that front lip. Get yourself underneath, make sure it is safe, and then let's see if the GoPro will pick it up. So here's the central jacking point, right here, and then the oil drain hole is here. So there's like a little semicircle. Just put a flathead in there and twist it round. Okay, so twist it 180 degrees and then it'll drop, and you'll be able to see the drain hole. Light on the GoPro is probably terrible, sorry, but it's in there. Let me find out what size it is. I think it's a 17, but we'll find out, and then you'll just take that off with a receptacle for the oil underneath. Drain the oil. While it's draining, I'm going to do the filter. So make sure the car's warm when you're doing this, because you want the, not boiling hot, but you want the engine to be warm so the oil actually comes out and it's just freshly circulating and everything, and it's a bit of consistency to actually get it out. So let's do that. Okay, so that's draining into that receptacle under there. It's a 17mm the drain plug. And then what you want to do is get there's the oil filter, 32mm on that. Should only be hand tight, but from experience they never usually are. Yep, let's see. That's not, so put some whammy on that and get it out. Shake it off. Remember, more than 3 shakes and you're playing with yourself. So there we go. Take that into your work area where you're going to change all this over. And by work area, of course, what I mean is a piece of cardboard where you're going to sit and do this. So you got your new filter. What you want to do first is take the old filter off. It's probably best to get some gloves for this, to be honest. Get the one glove like on Michael Jackson or something. And basically twist it and pull it, and it basically just slots on there, so it can be a bit stiff, but there you go. So shove that away, and then basically you're left with this. What you want to do now is a little O-ring in here. You want to take this off. Don't worry too much about taking this one off with a screwdriver, as long as you don't damage the housing, because I mean you're not reusing that, so don't worry about it. Yeah, and then you're ready to put your new filter on. So, new filter. Make sure you've got yourself a new gasket and a new crush washer. I don't think this one had, this drain plug had one on, so that's interesting. Bit one leaking, so yeah, weird, but let's get this on. So, get the new gasket on first. What you want to do is just get a bit of new engine oil, and you just want to smear it all around here. So let me just go do that. 5W40, decent, pumped for the decent stuff, but any oil will be fine if it meets the BMW. I think for this it's LL01 or LL02, but they don't really produce anything that doesn't. If it's going to meet the standard, it meets the latest standards, so usually BMW LL04. So, got a bit of new engine oil. Smear it around. Then you just want to get this reseated back in here, so put it over here. Try not to stretch this one too much at any one time or damage it. Get it seated. It's not right up to the face, there's a little ridge there first, and then there's the groove for it, but it's pretty obvious once you've done it. Put this in, doesn't really matter which way it goes, you just want to put it on. Be a bit tight. Jesus, that's one of the tightest ones I've had before. Don't take the piss. That's one of the tightest ones that I've had. Usually they're a bit easier than that. But anyway, this can go back on, and you just want to do it hand tight. So I'm going to get it most of the way down with the ratchet, and then I'm just literally going to use the ratchet as an actual ratchet and literally just do it hand tight, because you don't want this too tight, because as long as it seats up to there and it's stopped turning, you'll know it's fine. So we'll go put this back in. So shove that in there. Get it started. Right, and then I'm just going to use it as an actual ratchet. And that's sliding in real nice now because I've oiled that ring as well. And then just nip it up. So that's it. That's all you need to put on it.
just nip it up. There is a torque setting on there, 25 Newton meters. Don't have a torque wrench. As long as you don't over torque it, you'll be fine. So oil filter done. Your old sump plug. Just visually inspect it, make sure there's nothing stuck in the threads or anything, and then you just want to put your new crush washer on it. Boop. And the idea behind this, if you don't know, it's the same on every car. I think you're meant to have these. There'll be some one weird car that's different or something, but anyway, meant to have these, and basically it deforms when you tighten it right down to the specified torque setting, so a couple of ugly, and then it basically seals it. So you've put that in as tight as you can without damaging the mating face, and you've sort of like put as much pressure as you can so it seals it so you don't get some plug drips. Unless you're a VW, and then you still will, but that's a story for another day. So don't forget your little trap door, because it's a good little mention that from BMW. So all I'm going to do, jack the car back up, drop it down onto the wood, take the piece of wood out by jacking that side up, and then we're just going to put some new oil in it. And it takes, I believe these take 7.5 litres to 8 litres, but double check your manual on whatever car you're doing. And what I'd do is I'd put the minimum that it says in, so if it says 7.5 litres, I'd put like just shy of that in, check the level, and then you want to get it up to maximum, and then you want to run the car for a bit, because it'll use a bit up in the oil channels and stuff, and then let it sit a minute, and then check it again and just top it up from there. So yeah, let's do that. Just gonna let this run like 2 seconds. I'll get copyright striked. Won't ever get monetized at that rate. Yeah, so gonna run this for a sec, let it warm up, let it get through the channels. Don't do it for too long, because if you have, if it does consume a lot of oil, then you're running low oil. But I'm just gonna pull it back onto the flat ground back there, and then I'm gonna check the oil level a final time. And then we have dripped a bit, so I am gonna clean his engine bay. It's not gonna be very thorough, because it looks like it's about to snow out here. We've been lucky so far avoiding the snow here, or unlucky depending on what you drive. But yeah, so we'll get on with that. So let me just sort the oil out, and then what I'll do is as well, I'll reset the service indicator on here. I'm not going to bother showing you cleaning the engine bay. I've shown that a few times recently. So I'm just going to reset the service light. If I find where I put the keys. Cool. So on these E90s, I think it's actually the same whether you have iDrive or without it. I don't think you can actually reset it through there. I think you can just view them. So you want to put this in, turn on the ignition but not the car, so don't have your foot on the brake. Wait for all your lights to go out. Fuel light, not my car, so that's fine. Anyway, right, I think that's all the lights, and then you want to hold this there clock reset button. So you want to hold it, and then a yellow triangle will come up, and then keep holding it through that, and then you'll get your service menu, and then you can just you can navigate through it with the BC thing, the check stock that's on the car. So I think that's brake fluid, that's service, oil, don't know what that is. Rear brake pads, front brake pads. Alright, so we want to reset service and oil. So all you do is you click the BC button in on the end of the stalk once, and it'll say reset, and then you just hold it and let go when it starts doing the clock thing, and it's reset. So you serviced, and then do the oil. Same with the oil. Press it once, hold reset until the clock thing comes up, let go, and that's reset. I don't think it's showing due for brake fluid, but we didn't change it, so whatever, I'm not going to do that. He can do that if he wants. So now, shouldn't have a service light when you turn the car on. Oops. It's still showing because of the brake fluid. Alright, let's clear that. There we go, no service warning. So guys, that's going to be a wrap. Just a quick mini service on this today. I've cleaned the engine bay, like I say. But yeah, just a quick service. I always think, even if I'm making a video on the same subject, I always think it's best to just document it. One, it's a bit of content, because it's the first break in the weather we've had for a while. I've got a list of stuff I need to film, but it's just been manic. I've got a nice car coming in this weekend for a detail, so that should be releasing shortly as well. So yeah, I'm going to spend, similar to the C63 detail, I'm going to spend a couple of days on that and really get it nice. And I've got a whole list of jobs I need to be doing on my car. My fiance's car, I need to do some little bits. Mum wants me to do some stuff on her car as well. Dad's is a company car, so so yeah, I've got a lot of content coming. So like I say, even if I've already filmed something, I think it's best to just put it out. It's a bit of content, and also it can refresh your memory. Or maybe in one video, you know, I showed you and you couldn't quite see properly the bolts that I was undoing or something. If you then notice I've got this one as well, you might just be able to click onto that and it might solve your problem without having to ask questions. You might be able to get the job done. So that's my hope. Whenever I'm doing any sort of automotive job that I haven't done before, I tend to watch about 8 YouTube videos and just see it from all angles, and I find that helps me. So I find you can never have too much, or in my opinion anyway, tell me if you guys think the same, but you can never have too much information on a subject like this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are slowly climbing, which I'm proud of. 153 I think now. I know it's not loads, but to me it's crazy that someone's, you know, clicked that subscribe button. That many people have clicked that subscribe button for me. That's amazing to me. So thank all of you guys who've done it so far, and if you're not, please do consider subscribing because it helps me out. I know it's a long way off, but when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I want to do something pretty interesting. I want to get a project for the channel. So that is the long-term goal. So I'm saving up a bit of my own money, and I think it'll be a bit of a push if you guys start piling in the subscriptions. It'll be a push for me as well. So it's something that I want to do, something interesting, something quite technical. So yeah, I already know what I'm going to do. I know it's a long way off, like I say, but I know what I want to do. So if you're vaguely intrigued by that mysterious thing, do click subscribe, please. Really helps me out. Thank you guys. So that's gonna be a wrap for today. Thanks for listening to me jibber jabbering on, and take care guys. Stay safe out there, please.